Welcome back to Crossroads. We're out on location at the Cardinal Greenway in Jonesboro.
And it's a wonderful, beautiful sight, as you saw the last segment of the show. John Selby is here from the Cardinal Greenways of Grant County. John is always kind of dropping in on the show every now and then to tell us about latest things that are going on. And this bridge across the Mississippi River is pretty iconic for the Greenway.
It is.
You've got some money or working on getting some money to get this improved just this year.
Yes. This bridge is now going on 20 years old.
Wow.
And so as we can see, some of the wood here is starting to deteriorate, and it's mostly nothing major here, but it's replacing some of the deteriorated boards. We just try to keep ahead of the game on the bridge, and it's always something.
And can you tell us about the Erosion Project in Marion and other little projects that you guys have going on right now?
Yes, we are moving along. The Erosion Project you're referring to is the Deer Creek embankment erosion, which we've actually been working on for about 5 years, between getting funds raised and finally getting the contractor. And now he has already started work on it, but it's mostly work that we don't see. It's survey work and site planning. Right now he's waiting essentially for the river level to drop a little bit. So you can't, if you're relying on Indiana weather, it may be a while, but it should happen this year. That's our goal. Smaller things that are on our punch list are dealing with some eroded areas right along the trail where you have drop-offs, and then the stone starts to move off, and then we start losing some of the trail surface itself. It's not major, but it's just going to require some attention. The other project that we're trying to start at least thinking about is painting our equipment shed roof. We have a lot of equipment, and it is stored in a big Quonset hut down on 9th Street. I'm sorry, it's 10th. It's downtown and right on the trail. It's a big Quonset hut. It's a beautiful building, an older building, but it's time to put a coat of paint on that roof. So it's a big expense. We're going to be doing a fundraising campaign this summer for those sorts of items.
John, I don't think I've ever asked you this. You're not Disney World, you don't have a turnstile, but have you all ever tried to come up with an estimate of how many people just use the Grant County portion of the Greenway?
Well, that's interesting that you asked that. Yes, there have been. And they're currently starting another study Greenway-wide, which is not really started yet, but it should be happening this year. The last study was done probably about 15 years ago, so we're due for another one. But to give you one sense, this bridge during July 4th fireworks here in the park, and during the Ducktail Run, which is the big festival here in September, and they have a Bikers Fest up there, thousands of people go over this bridge. And we decided to have a counter put on here. And on one day, 13,000 people.
Just on one day.
And that was underestimating.
Yeah.
Because the counters, are a beam of light or laser, and when a group of, a wad of people go through, it can't really count everybody. So it's a solid mass of people going back and forth.
It's a fantastic asset, and we want to always give you a chance to tell people it's fantastic. We're doing that this show, but tell people what you need, because it doesn't just happen by accident.
Yeah. Well, I think first of all, love it, get out here and use it and get to appreciate what we have here. It is an absolute gem, and it's a benefit to the community in many different ways. Individual health and wellness, your own sanity in a world which is often kind of crazy. And also, trails and greenways are probably one of the #1 amenities that companies look for when they're thinking of locating, because they want the kind of people that these new companies, smart, creative, people who want to get outdoors and do things. And this trail, we now have 17.5 miles of continuous trail right here in Grant County, starting here at the south edge of Jonesboro, going through Marion, Sweetser, all the way to Converse, with future connections probably happening. So we're tying together the county the same way that this bridge tied together two communities that were never tied together quite so closely before.
Fantastic.
Yes. Well, thank you, John, for joining us today.